Good day, everyone. This podcast is the fourth one in a series that I'm providing information so you can begin to determine your horse's personality preferences by observation and setting up experiments. Today, I'm specifically covering how your horse views his world. This will be a 20-point collective score, and I will use the letters J and P to describe the two main preferences in this category. J stands for judging, but I want you to basically think of this as neat or likes routine. P stands for perceiving, but you can basically think of that as playful or pliable. In the book Equusology, we illustrated two different horses on the title page. The horse on the left, which has a preference of P personality, has his blanket totally askew, stepping on it, and half off of his body. The horse on the right, which has a preference of J personality, has his blanket in pristine condition and appears all prim and proper. If you can picture this in your mind, it's a pretty easy way to see the differences between a high-scoring P horse and a high-scoring J horse. So I want to offer some differences to help you determine if your horse has a preference for P or J personality traits. A P personality likes to have lots of fun. They can make a game out of most anything. They like to be flexible and they adapt as they go. A J personality likes to have things settled or determined, doesn't particularly like change, and likes a really neat area. So a few things you can observe to determine the baseline for whether your horse has a preference towards J or P. Does your horse respond more positively if you have a schedule and do things more around the same time? And for now, I don't want you to include feeding time when you're thinking about this one question. So again, does your horse respond more positively if you have a schedule and do things more around the same time? If the answer to this is yes, your horse would lean more towards J. If you see no difference in your horse, regardless of whether you ride in the morning or afternoon, or if your horse goes in a different stall each day, then your horse could be leaning more towards P personality preference. So here's the second question. When you feed your horse in his stall, does he stay at his food until most of it's gone? Or does he eat a few bites and then move around the stall a bit and then go back to eating his food? If he stays at his food, he's more likely to be a J personality preference. If he moves around and seems more easily distracted, he's more likely a P personality preference. Here's a third question. When your horse is in his paddock or stall, does he choose an area? It could be, say, one wall or one particular part of the paddock to drop his manure, or does he seem to drop manure everywhere and his stall often looks like a messy pig pen? If he drops manure in one general location, he's leaning towards J, personality preference. If he doesn't appear to have a location, he's showing tendencies to be more of a P personality preference. Please remember, no preference type is better than another. You're merely determining preference types so you can better understand your horse and support their preference categories. A true appreciation for your horse's preferences can be refreshing. Each type has its own strengths in different given situations, and each type, depending upon your preference categories, can blend with yours or it can clash with yours. If the personality preferences clash, you will now have a way to understand why your horse reacts as he does, and you can make small changes to communicate more effectively. Instead of being upset about him coming in from the pasture looking like a mud dauber, hopefully you'll be able to chuckle because you realize he just had a blast making a game out of the mud he found. P horses prefer spontaneity and don't care about staying clean or tidy. Or instead of become frustrating because he seems agitated when you were at the show and entered 3 classes and your classes were each 2 hours apart, you now understand his displeasure of your apparent non-organized schedule, since he would have preferred to be saddled once and ridden in 3 classes than to spend his entire day being saddled, ridden, unsaddled, saddled, ridden, unsaddled, saddled, ridden, unsaddled. This schedule was totally against his preference of getting things checked off and completed. J preferences desire closure and don't see any need for flexibility. I have a Rocky Mountain mare named Melody. I have her typed at this time as a 16-4, 16 points towards J, 4 points towards P, for a collective total of 20 points. This is why I have typed her as a 16-4. She normally has manure on only one wall. She doesn't lay in her manure. She's never torn a blanket. She likes her grooming and her work on a scheduled routine and eats all of her grain before going to her hay and doesn't leave her hay until every morsel is eaten. But at times, she'll also show some tendencies toward playfulness. Now, I want to state something very clearly here. We are all different in so many ways, but I feel it is our job as a horse owner to honor and celebrate that our horses are also different. Once we identify what each horse needs to have less anxiety in a social setting, how he takes in information when we are exposing him to something different, whether he uses his brain or his feelings to make his decisions, and how he innately functions in this world, the connection you will have established with this horse will be exponentially stronger. You will no longer have most of those questions you had before around whether he's being scared, unsure of what you're asking, is he being obstinate, disobedient, or just confused. You won't feel that the two of you are listening to a different drummer. Have a great day with your horse and keep listening for your horse's whispers. Communication, mutual respect, and patience will create the trust between the two of you that you both desire. God bless.